Hey, it's Robert again, and in this episode, I want to give you a quick update on the housing market September 2020. Stay tuned to the end because the numbers are going to be a little surprising. Coming up with you right now. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported my channel by liking and subscribing, flooding me with questions and phone calls and comments. I want to say thank you. It's been quite the journey this year. And please, I invite you to put any questions that you have in the comments. I make future videos based on what you ask and what you want for future content. And now let's get into today's update. Earlier this year, when we had shelter-in-place orders, we all saw the economy, how it came to a complete halt, a complete standstill. Many people thought that the housing market would also follow in the same footsteps. Many analysts predicted and thought that the home values would simply decrease, buyer demand would decrease, and it would be something that we hadn't seen in over 10 years. However, that is not what happened. Actually, quite the opposite is what took place. Right after the shutdown, we did see a change in the real estate market. Things did come to a temporary pause or slowdown. So much so that many agents were left with very little to do and shaking their heads, not knowing how to handle this crisis, not knowing how to come out of it or come through it, or simply what to do next. But despite what many experts thought, real estate came back strong. And I'd like to highlight two recent reports, and the first one is from the National Association of Realtors, also known as the NAR. And the second is from the National Association of Home Builders, also known as NAHB. Recently, the National Association of Home Builders reported that new home purchases with new home builders went up 39% from that of July 2019, and that has builder confidence soaring. Each month, the National Association of Home Builders releases a report called the Housing Market Index, and this report highlights the market conditions for the sale of new homes at the present time, but more importantly, over the next 6 months as well. It also details prospective buyer traffic for new homes. And this month they reported that builder confidence in the market for newly built single-family homes increased to the highest reading of the 35-year history of this series. The National Association Home Builders chairman explained and said the demand for new single-family homes continues to be strong as low interest rates and a focus on the importance of housing has stoked buyer traffic to all-time highs. Housing has clearly been a bright spot during the pandemic, and sharp rebound in builder confidence over the summer has led the NAHB to upgrade its forecast for single-family starts, which are now projected to show only a slight decline for 2020. So that means that the newly constructed homes being built this year is gonna be about the same level as it was last year, which is incredible considering we have gone through a global pandemic. Now that sounds great for newly built homes or new construction and builder confidence, but what about existing home sales? Well, the National Association of Realtors recently released their report called the Existing Home Sales Report, and let me tell you the highlights of that report. The report revealed that month-over-month sales went up by almost 25%. This set another record yet again for this category. The Wall Street Journal reported that increase crushed experts' forecasts, and they said economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal expected a 14.2% monthly increase in sales of previously owned homes, which make up most of the housing market. And Lawrence Young, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, explained how the resale market is just as hot as the new construction market. And he said the housing market is well past the recovery phase and is now booming with higher home sales compared to the pre-pandemic days. With the sizable shift in remote work, current homeowners are looking for larger homes, and this will lead to a secondary level of demand even into 2021. And lastly, Realtor.com puts out a monthly report called the Housing Market Recovery Index, and it shows that the market is recovering quite nicely. The latest index reading was 104.8. And what does that mean? It's basically showing that the market is doing much better than it was in January and February earlier this year. And to give you a point of reference, it was sitting at 106.5 just about March, which was right before the health crisis hit. Bottom line, both newly constructed and existing home sales markets are posting bigger numbers than it did a year ago. And what does that mean? Real estate is back. So if you're thinking of buying or selling, take advantage of the market that we're in. That wraps up today's episode. And if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you'd like to be notified of future videos, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you're informed. And as always, if you have any questions specific to your area, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer any of your questions, so feel free to reach out at any time. Until next time, stay safe.